Alright guys, so basically a lot of people had this question about commission, so I'm going to try to answer it the best I can. So I pay 20% commission to anyone who closes me a deal on anything. So if someone brings me a post for an ETH, they're going to get zero point 0.2. The only time that doesn't apply, I have certain budgets I need to hit for the AMAs, and I pay Maurice a lot, and I do a community giveaway. So sometimes if we have to bargain and there's a tier 1 AMA for like 1.2 ETH or something, and your commission's 0.24, then I'm getting less than an ETH, and I can't have that. So 1 ETH is my cutoff. Most of the times people get the full 20% commission. There are some circumstances where it's like maybe 10%, but most of the time it's 20. So basically the way to go about it is you got to try to sell people on AMAs mostly. For a post, I have so many requirements and it's so much back and forth between me and the team before I end up saying like yes or no that it's a little tedious, and we prefer AMAs on our channel. We prefer educating people, sitting down with projects, and really getting to learn about them. The way you can kind of do it is you can go to Pink Sale. And there's a thing on Pink Sale that shows like all the upcoming pre-sales. And you can just go into those telegrams and just say you're coming here on behalf of Caesar to let them know that you're not a scammer or whatever. You can just have a nice message prepared, whatever you want to do. You can just say, look, I'm never going to ask you for a dollar. You can confirm everything that it's the real Caesar and all that, but I personally will never ask you for a dollar, so you know there's like no risk of being scammed here. And you can double check with as many sources as you want that it's the real Caesar afterwards. So if you go to Pink Sale and you can see all their upcoming launches, and you can go into those telegrams and try to message the devs and get a hold of them. Same thing with Gempad, same with Golem's page, Venom's page, POW. All these pages here, there's others too. You can use lots of different pages, but if you see them like posting like a higher market cap play, you can jump in and try to get those devs on board. So that's what you can do to earn a little bit of money on the side, and then you just have to be good at talking them into getting the AMA. So the way I do that is I say a lot of people just want the post for whatever reason, and I just have to get creative. It depends on the scenario and what the guy's saying back to me. Normally I just say, look, our AMAs, if you go check the channel, you can see we've had quality projects on. We've had Floki on. We've had 100 million market cap projects on. We've had Wegme Games on 4 times to the channel. They're at 100 million market cap right now. They've been alive for 2 years, and they've never gone anywhere else for an AMA on Telegram except for our channel. So you can just talk about all the quality we have, the respect we have. Our audience is huge, like 400 voice chat members. We always have great in-depth questions. I always tell them, like, if you can get my host on board, that's like a priceless thing, because Maurice goes hard. When he finds a project he likes, he shows it to me. He gets me to buy it. He gets Buck to buy it. He buys it himself. He tells his friends. And he really starts trying to help network the projects he likes. He goes on to CoinMerge. He's brought in some projects onto CoinMerge several times. Every week they give Maurice like free, like a couple spots on CoinMerge because he always brings quality projects. When Maurice is like in your corner, it's like now you have Caesar backing you and Maurice. Like you got the best of both worlds. We literally do as much as we can to help the projects that we like from the AMAs to give them added exposure and connections. So that's another thing I kind of tell people. I tell them like the serious investors, they're the only ones who tune into the AMAs. They're not really buying posts and doing quick flips. A lot of serious investors can be found during the AMAs themselves, and it allows you to like go into depth about your project if you actually have any bit of passion or care about your project. Like look at me with the streaming. I go on like 5-hour talks with you guys just answering questions. So if you really care about your project and there's the passion there, then you should be able to do the AMA and you should be able to thrive. You shouldn't have these excuses. Like the only thing is like, oh, none of us speak English. Then you can try to talk them into like hiring a voice chat guy, doing a text AMA. That's usually a pretty rough one to overcome. Yeah, you just have to kind of talk these guys into seeing the value behind it. Whatever helps you to get along like that path, you can offer them a little bit of deals. Like these aren't the final prices. Try to really let them see the vision and the value behind the AMAs. Sometimes I'll tell the dev and he'll be like, nah, we just want to post only. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. I guess we won't work together then. I only want to work with serious teams. And then he's like, what do you mean serious? I'm like, well, obviously a serious team is going to want their own community plus a new community in mind that they're trying to attract. They're going to want them to see like everything about their project, their whole vision. If you don't have the confidence or the will to do that, then I don't think you're taking your project very seriously. And then sometimes that's actually work to talk them into it. But that's basically all you have to do. A lot of people that try to work with me on commission are very annoying. So if you really want to be a good one, number one thing is you got to listen. So many people go back and forward with me and I'm just like, just listen to me. And my best scouts have always been really good at listening. They're usually the ones that are end up being like very successful. In order to get the commission, you normally need to get the dev in a private group with me. That's the start. Like while you're learning how this process works, that's your first step. Is you're like, I can connect you and Caesar if you're interested in the AMA. Join this private group. He can join, and then you can confirm it's the real one and go from there. So as long as you do that step, and then I close the deal, then you can get commission. The only thing that's gonna stop that is if it's a team I know and they already wanted to come to me anyways, or they plan to go to me anyways, or we've worked with them before or something like that, then sometimes I'll say no, like you can't have it on this one. Doesn't happen very often. That's like the beginning. Okay, you bring me some projects for AMAs. What happens after that is once you get good and you get the hang of it, people start to recognize your name. All of a sudden you can say to like Venom, like, hey, I've been getting AMAs for Caesar. Can I try to do the same for you? And then you can try to sell the project on getting 2 AMAs. People have done that and they network their way all the way up, and all of a sudden they're working for like 5, 10 channels. They become an incubator. Coins will just hand them like 5K and say, hey, can you go get me like a Venom AMA and a Caesar AMA or whatever, right? And that's about it. It's just about convincing some of these projects to come for an AMA on a great channel.